Hi peeps! Have you seen the crazy breaths that dragons can breathe in Elden Ring and wished you could emulate their mighty breaths? Well, I have good news for you. You can! There is dragon magic! What you're seeing is the awe-inspiring, jaw-dropping might of my favorite type of arcane magic, dragon magic. It's strong, has good range, and looks amazing. But if you're anything like me, you'll have spent hours and hours playing Elden Ring and not even know dragon magic existed. Let me tell you a little story. When I first started playing Elden Ring, one thing I noticed because I'm familiar with the Dark Souls series is the return of intelligence and faith. Those stats are series staples that are typically used for magic, although you can find weapons that scale with those stats as well. What I also noticed is a third stat, Arcane. Opening up the explanation through the help menu on the status screen, we can see that it affects certain sorceries and incantations. For the longest time, I ran around trying to find arcane magic, the elusive arcane magic. All I ended up finding were a bunch of intelligence sorceries and faith incantations. Where, oh where are the arcane magics hiding? I'll skip to the part where I found some and tell you that some sorceries and incantations also have arcane requirements. Bubble magic for one, which my Dex Faith arcane character doesn't have the intelligence to use. And blood magic for another, which is pretty neat honestly. The best arcane magic of them all though? It's definitely dragon magic. I mean, just look at that dragon head rearing to destroy my enemies. It's fantastic. And you can access this all in the early to mid game. So now you must be wondering, where can you get this destructive dragon magic, right? Well, let me tell you. The first place you can get dragon magic from is the Church of Dragon Communion. You'll find it off the coast of Limgrave. You can get there through the coastal cave. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the better dragon magics. There's a place with stronger dragon magic, called the Cathedral of Dragon Communion, on the southern edge of Caelid. That's where you'll find better dragon magics. You'll need dragon hearts to exchange for dragon magic though. Runes are of no use here. Now, you might be wondering, where do you get dragon hearts? Well, you'll need to become a dragon slayer and slay some of the mighty dragons, of course. The best dragon magics are unlocked by slaying specific dragons anyways, so you may as well do that first. You should be strong enough to do this mid-game without too much problem, but it's possible to get all this done from the very start of the game. Agiel's Flame, a supercharged version of the less exciting Dragonfire incantation, is unlocked by slaying Flying Dragon Agiel. This bad boy can be encountered fairly early in your Elden Ring journey in the big lake in Limgrave, just northeast of where you first enter the Lands Between. Smaragd's Glintstone Breath, a more powerful version of the similarly named Glintstone Breath incantation, is unlocked by slaying the aptly named Glintstone Dragon Smaragd. You'll find Smaragd chilling by some rocks just north of the Temple Quarter in Liurnia of the Lakes. There are more awesome dragon magics like Exikess's Decay for Scarlet Rot damage and Borealis' Mist for frost damage. But Exikess's Decay isn't too useful early game, and Borealis' Mist can't be attained until late game. Agiel's Flame and Smaragd's Glintstone Breath are great for damage dealing, and you can get them early in the game. Each of these powered up magics will cost you 2 dragon hearts to unlock. You'll need to slay a couple more dragons before you can get them both. You can pick an easy one up by slaying Magma Worm in Gale Tunnel. It's in Caelid, near the border of Limgrave. Another not too difficult one to get is from Magma Worm Makar in the Ruin-strewn Precipice in the northern region of Liurnia of the Lakes. Decaying Exikess also gives you the Exikess's Decay, so you can take him on if you're up for it, in the southern region of Caelid. He's just north of the Cathedral of Dragon Communion. All of the dragon magics I mentioned earlier require 23 Faith and 15 Arcane, so make sure to put your levels into those as needed. Now you've got dragon hearts and unlocked dragon magics, but you're missing something to cast them with. To cast dragon magic, you'll need a sacred seal. If you started Prophet, you'll have one already, but you can pick one up pretty early on at the round table from the Twin Maiden Husks. It's called the Finger Seal. Honestly, when I read the name of that item for the first time, Finger Seal, I just assumed it was a knick-knack junk item and completely ignored it. I'm using the Dragon Communion Seal. It's better for dragon magic because it boosts Dragon Communion incantations. This one's a bit tougher to get. You'll need to go back to the stranded graveyard you landed in not long after starting Elden Ring. There's a blocked off area that you'll need 2 stone sword keys to unlock. You can start with one as your keepsake. There are 3 available to purchase from the Twin Maiden Husks at the round table, or you can find them scattered across the lands between. There's one inside this room in the Dragonburnt Ruins, another one on a corpse lying on a bridge they called the Bridge of Sacrifice. Grim name if I do say so myself. Once you've unlocked the dungeon, head in, get run over a few times by a Roman chariot probably, and beat up the ugly schmuck holding your new best friend, the Dragon Communion Seal. He's pretty tough to beat, so don't worry about getting the Dragon Communion Seal yet if you don't feel ready to fight him. The Dragon Communion Seal scales with Arcane, and it has S tier Arcane scaling at high upgrade levels, so you'll want to pick this up sooner or later. You'll have more than enough stats to use a Finger Seal or the Dragon Communion Seal by simply having enough Arcane and Faith for Dragon Magic, so don't worry about stat requirements here. Now that you've got a Sacred Seal and some Dragon Magics, you'll want to pair them with your favorite melee weapon. Slap some Bleed on via an Ash of War for the extra damage, since Blood Loss scales with Arcane, and you'll have plenty of Arcane because you'll want to make use of that S tier scaling on the Dragon Communion Seal. Remember to summon a distraction in fights because Dragon Magic is a bit slow. Check out my video on a simple dual wielding Bleed build you can set up early in the game. Bleed works great with Dragon Magic, so go take a look. Now, let's go have some fun and breathe Dragon Breath all over the Tarnished hunting enemies in the lands between. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!